What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You can see my ass really good in this mirror today. You can even see my friggin' jerseys hanging up over there. Oh my god, that's crazy to think about. But anyways, guys, welcome back to a brand new UFC prediction video. The final ever pay-per-view. God damn, that is crazy to think about. Merab Dvalishvilli taking on Petr Yan for the 135-pound title in the final ever, the final ever numbered card that we'll have to pay pay-per-view for. That is insane to think about. And I mean, I have an IPTV anyway, so I'm not paying for the pay-per-view. Now Dana's gonna come and arrest me. But Pantoja vs Joshua for the 125-pound title. Oh, it's gonna be so many good fights at UFC 323, man. I cannot wait for these fights. No, he doesn't want to get up. I'll move my gimbal over. You see the little guy? Yeah, that's Winston. Yeah, that's my new cat. First time he's had an appearance on camera. Yeah, 6 months old. We just got him from the shelter yesterday. Super sick guy. We love us a little Winston. And now my camera's all fucked up and I'm dropping my coin. That tightens my damn friggin' thing into place. So let's fix that up. Oh my god, what a disastrous start to the video. I thought I was gonna end up having to pick Winston up and put him on the camera. I don't know where that coin went. But I don't know. Yeah, let's get into these UFC 323 picks, man. Should be a banger in Las Vegas. Alright, so our first fight up, we got Jan Blachowicz kicking off the pay-per-view against Bogdan Gusakov. Now, I will be the first one to tell you, I can't say I've seen Gusakov fight before, but let's go have a look at the career of Gusakov. Bogdan Gusakov, there we are. So, this year he beat Nikita Krylov by KO TKO. Actually, I might have seen him fight, because that was on the Whittaker to Ritter card, and I remember watching some of that. And last year he beat Ryan Spann by KO TKO, and he also beat Zach Pegula in the first round. He beat, he lost to Volkan Ozdemir in his first fight in the UFC by submission. But yeah, he seems to be a pretty good fighter. I don't know what his typical win by is. Okay, yeah, he's a knockout artist. But going up against Jan Blachowicz, who's a very decorated striker, what will we see Bogdan Guskov? Bogdan Guskov. That's how you say his name. I've been pronouncing Russian and Middle Eastern names for God knows however long on this series. I'm trying not to be too loud to wake this damn cat up. But yeah, no, it's gonna be an interesting fight, this one. I mean, I can't say I don't know how good Bogdan is technically. He may just have a lot of power in his hands, but I mean, Blachowicz is a great striker. Obviously, the former 205 champ. Could this be a fight where we see Jan Blachowicz go to the ground, try and get a submission out of this one? Maybe. My head wants me to pick Blachowicz. My gut tells me to take Guskov. I'll tell you what, I'll take Guskov by a third round finish. I don't know. Just trust in my gut on this one. Like I say, I can't say I've seen Guskov fight, but when you finish guys like Ryan Spann and Nikita Krylov, you obviously have something about you. He probably gave Volkan a decent fight too. I don't know if it was on short notice or what, but that was in, I believe, Paris in 2023. So I think Guskov can definitely give Jan Blachowicz a good fight. Now I'm going to say a third round finish for Bogdan. Man, when I see fights like this, I really wonder why this guy ever came back to the UFC. Henry Cejudo is fighting Peyton Talbot at UFC 323. If you told me this 3 years ago, I would have laughed in your face. I was like, no way. I would doubt Henry would ever come back for anything more than a title fight. He had that fight against Aljo, and I figured after that Aljo fight, he's like, yeah, I'm done. I figured Cejudo would be done after that, but nope. He's still here, he's still gaming, he's still balling, and he's got himself a young, hungry fighter in the name of Peyton Talbot. This is This is really interesting. Okay, now that's super interesting. Henry Cejudo has never won a fight by submission. Considering the grappling pedigree of someone like Cejudo, you would have expected him to have at least a submission win by now. But the 16-5 Cejudo takes on the 10-1 Peyton Talbot. This is definitely a big test for Peyton Talbot. If he can stop the takedowns of Henry Cejudo, you got something about you. You do have something about you if you can stop the takedowns of Henry Cejudo, but I wonder what, I mean, this is kind of a win-win fight for the UFC if you ask me, because friggin' Cejudo, if he wins, you get a star who's got a good win against a young rising competitor who's going to launch his name back up into the top 5, top 15, top 10 of contenders. And for Talbot, if he beats Henry Cejudo, he's got a great name on his resume. Someone who's Henry Cejudo, he won 2 Olympic titles, did you know? But I think I'm gonna pick safe here. I'm gonna take Henry Cejudo to win this fight. I just don't see Peyton Talbot being able to stop the wrestling of Henry Cejudo. It's going to be a tough fight for Talbot, especially in the grappling exchanges, and it will get there because we know how good Cejudo is. I mean, maybe Talbot can keep him at range, work that jab a lot. His jab's probably gonna be the key to this fight. And I can see Henry Cejudo getting a win here by decision over Peyton Talbot. Now this is interesting. This is an interesting fight. Brandon Moreno. We love us some Brandon Moreno here, man. I freaking love that guy, man. He's just so chill and so vibey. I'm gonna adjust my camera while I'm doing this. I feel like it's pointing up a little bit, and I think if anything I made it point up a little bit more. But there we go, that's better. He is fighting Tatsuro Taira at UFC 323. Now it's a tough fight for Moreno. I want to have a look at who Tatsuro Taira has beaten recently. He beat Park Hyung-sung at, that was a main event. I remember that one actually. I mean, he lost to Brandon Royval. He beat Alex Perez. He actually was supposed to fight Josh Van, but that got canceled. He beat Edgar Charez. He beat Carlos Hernandez. Good fighter, Tatsuro Taira. Good fighter. But can he beat Brandon Moreno? That's a good question. I mean, Brandon Moreno is pretty much the gatekeeper for this division at the moment. I mean, once you beat the likes of friggin', I mean, he's beaten pretty much everybody but Pantoja. Like, let's be real. And I honestly think the 4 Figgy fights took it out of this guy. I mean, it did take a lot more out of Moreno than it did, or Figueiredo than it did Moreno. But Brandon Moreno's a savage, man. He truly is a one-of-a-kind kind of champion. I really do believe that about Brandon Moreno. And it's going to be a good fight between these two. It is going to be a good, fun, and competitive fight. I think Brandon Moreno will have the upper hand on Tatsuro Taira. I think that championship pedigree and experience of Brandon Moreno is going to pull him through this fight. I am interested to see how he deals with the speed of Tatsuro Taira, but I'm going to take Brandon Moreno to get the job done by decision. I will say, on this card in particular, there's a lot of fights that have potential, that have fight of the night potential. I don't think we're going to see a crazy amount of finishes, but especially in these final 4 fights, I think we're going to see a lot of competitive bouts. Alright, co-main event. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I may even be more excited for this one than I am the actual friggin' main event. Like, Joshua Van. God, this guy's entertaining. He's super fun to watch. I would love to know. Actually, I want to look this up. Who are the 2 guys to beat Joshua Van? I really want to know. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, would love to know who the hell beat this guy. Devin Jackson beat him by a rear naked choke in Houston, Texas in 2021. That was on Fury FC. And Charles Johnson beat him on his 4th UFC fight. He knocked him out in 20 seconds? Nah, there ain't no way. I gotta go watch that fight after this, but there's no way Joshua Van got stopped in 20 seconds. That had to be an early stoppage or something, surely. Surely that was an early stoppage. Why do I not remember this fight at all? Cortez versus Namajunas. Why do I not remember that card like at all? Oh my god, man. Josh, man, he's so exciting. He's probably one of my favorite fighters on the roster. But he's going up against Pantoja. Oh boy. Both of these guys are front-footed kind of fighters. And they both love to strike. Oh boy. Oh boy, 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 oh boy. This is a great matchup. This is arguably the best star power fight for both of these guys that they're gonna get. I mean, for Pantoja, obviously, he's got his reputation by being a dominant champion, by beating up the best of the 125-pound division, reigning supreme, taking that crown. And Josh Van, he's been on a superior rise, man. That Brandon Royval fight. Oh my god. Absolute bloodbath, man. Pantoja, obviously, he's coming up the likes of beating Kai Asakura, Kai Kara France, Brandon Royval as well at the end of 2023, Steve Erceg. I'm trying to think of who all Pantoja has beat, but it's a pretty phenomenal list of who Pantoja's been able to beat. I believe he's beaten Brandon Moreno 3 times now, which is crazy to think about. But he's got a real tough fight with Josh Van, man. He definitely does have a tough fight. This guy is no freaking joke. Isn't he only 23? Like, I'm pretty sure Josh Van is only 23. Dude, oh, he's 24. He's a year and a half older than me, bro. God damn, that makes me feel old. God damn. But yeah, that's a super tough fight, man. I really like both these guys. I think it's going to be a super fight. But the one thing I'm super interested in is if Pantoja goes to the ground, and I think if he's smart, he would, how does he beat Joshua Van there? Because if it stays on the feet, I can honestly see Van cracking Pantoja a time or two and dropping him, especially in the later rounds. But as much as I would love to see Josh Van get the win, I just think that championship pedigree of Pantoja is going to help him pull through this fight. The experience is going to help. And I mean, if you're Josh Van, don't let this fight be the end-all be-all, man. If you're getting this opportunity after just turning 24 years old, the sky's the limit for you, kid. Like, it really is. He's got so much potential, and I really rate his future in the UFC. But like, compare that to Pantoja, who's had 35 fights, 30 wins, 5 losses. Pantoja is what? 35. He'll be 36 in April. So give me Pantoja for the win. I think it'll be a decision. I don't see him finishing Josh Van. I think Josh Van's just too tough. But I like Pantoja here. I think Josh Van, it's probably going to be fight of the night. Let's be real. This is probably going to be fight of the night. I think Pantoja gets the job done by decision, but my oh my, am I expecting fireworks from this one? Well, freaking well then. We got a rematch, this time in a championship affair in the main event. We got Merab Dvalishvilli taking on Petr Yan. Merab looking to set a UFC record by being able to defend his UFC title for the 4th time in a calendar year. I mean, looking back at Merab's year, if he wins this fight, it would be extremely. He's fighter of the year as it is. If he wins this one, it might be the best fighter of the year of all time. Let's look back at this. Back in January, he had a great fight against arguably his toughest competitor, Umar Nurmagomedov. Beat him. Honestly, fairly handedly. I thought Merab handled that fight pretty well. Umar might have got a round, maybe 2, but I think Merab pretty well dominated Umar. He rematched Sean O'Malley. Choked him out in the 3rd round. Great win for Merab there. Last October, he beat up on Corey Sandhagen. Another big win for the machine. And in this one, he's got a rematch against Petr Yan. He's lapping the division just over a year into his title reign. Like, that is mental to think about. And if he beats Petr Yan, like, who else is there for him? Like, you guys know how high I am on Merab. If you've watched this channel ever since Merab versus O'Malley, you guys would know, like, I can't believe so many people picked O'Malley in that first fight. I'm like, there's no way that Sugar's gonna beat this dude. Like, I love Sean O'Malley, but like, there's no way that he's gonna be able to stop this dude. Like, this dude is a different freaking animal. Like, who do you give Merab if he wins this fight? I mean, Umar's fighting Davidson again, so maybe you do a rematch there. Maybe Song Yadong's fighting Sugar on that same card. I don't know, maybe you bump Amin Zahabi up. Cheeto he would smoke. Bautista's down there. Maybe you rematch him and Cejudo, even though they seem to be on good terms now. I don't know, man. I don't know, but like, obviously he's got his challenges with Petr Yan. Petr Yan is probably the best striker at 135. That's just my honest take. He's brutal, he's got power, he's technical, he's sharp, he's skilled. Like, I can't say enough good things about Petr Yan, but like, it's gonna take a once-in-a-lifetime kind of effort that we may never see in the UFC again to beat this dude. This dude is the closest thing to a robot we have in human history right now. That's literally what I think of Merab. Like, if you hard drived a friggin' ADHD psychopathic brain that literally nothing can hurt this guy no matter what he does, you get Merab. He's just a different kind of animal, man. And I'm glad he's getting a main event slot too, because he's getting a lot of co-mains over the years. I'm honestly really glad that he's getting a main event slot, because he deserves it. When you defend your title 4 times in a calendar year, you deserve a goddamn main event. So, good on Merab. Good on him. He just loves to fight. He don't really care. He just wants to train, fight, hang with friends, makes stupid videos on Instagram. That's about that. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm taking Merab. I think he's gonna beat Petr Yan by a decision again. Good luck trying to beat this guy. That's literally what I say to the whole 135-pound division. Good luck, because that guy is something else. Good luck. I wish you the best, but like I say, I think Petr Yan's probably my favorite fighter at 135 besides Merab, maybe Sean. I'd love to see that fight again. I'd love to see Petr Yan versus Sugar for another fight sometime, because I mean, I think Petr Yan beat Sugar Sean personally, but I don't know. Time will tell to see where we go with that. Yeah, that's pretty crazy to think about, man. The last ever pay-per-view, the last fight of 2023 is already here. The next time I see you guys, it'll be in about a 6-week time frame, but we'll be getting ready for Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. That's kind of crazy to think about. Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes, I'm so excited for. I just want to say a quick thing. Oh, Cat's waking up now. But ESPN, shout out to you. You were a great partner with the UFC since 2019. I've been watching literally that whole time frame, so shout out to ESPN. I can literally remember one of their first cards. The one that comes to mind is Anderson Silva versus Stylebender. I can't remember what oh yeah, it was TJ and Cejudo. I remember that. That was at Barclays Center. I remember that one. That's kind of crazy to look back on. So just wanted to say a quick shout out to ESPN. You were a great partner for all the years, and bring on Paramount Plus, baby. It's going to be a new great era, and I'm excited for it. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that like button, drop a comment down below, guys, subscribe and share, those notifications turned on so you don't miss a future upload here on the channel. Don't forget to follow the Patreon, Twitch, and my podcast, Touchdowns and Track Limits. Links are all in the description down below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys Sunday morning as we talk UFC 323. I mean, it probably won't be Sunday morning because I'll be watching the F1 title finale in Abu Dhabi, and I am going to need an iced coffee after staying up till 2 in the morning for this fight. Thank God Dana is moving the pay-per-view time back an hour. Thank the Lord of Christ, because I am so sick of staying up till 2 to 3 in the morning for these cards. Thank God. You want to say goodbye, Winston? Nope, he's not bothered at all. Okay, well, until next time, guys, take care and peace.